we're back. We're back. Me and Apps are back in the building, and we're talking about all things Sunday League. First things first, though. How are you, sir? You good?
I'm blessed and highly favoured as per usual, mate. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. Had a good weekend, man. Went to see the Sidemen charity match, and
That
just
looked
goes to show
interesting.
like how things have come, in terms of like, 60,000 fans to watch a bunch of YouTubers run around,
Crazy,
West Ham
crazy,
Stadium.
crazy,
Crazy.
crazy. They done numbers. They done numbers.
Yeah, for sure, man. And there's a couple ballers on there. Young Philly can play ball.
Yeah, Philly can really kick ball.
Yeah, he can kick ball for sure. A couple other ballers on there as well. And again, just there for the entertainment value alone. I know it's not like the highest level of, football that you can see, but again, in terms of entertainment, man, it's good to see, man. Overall.
No, I respect it. Now, it definitely looked like a spectacle. Do you know what? By the time I found out it was actually happening, there were no tickets. So I was just like, damn. Yeah.
They sold out like quick, like within a couple minutes, if that. So
I can imagine it went off. I would imagine it went off because my son was kicking me that I didn't get him tickets. So I was just like, boy, should I ask Uncle Rootz? That's what I should have done.
Yeah, maybe. Listen,
should have got that media pass.
You could have, man. Next time, bro. Next time, trust me. I was blessed to get mine because, again, like you said, it gone quick. But yeah, next time, bro. But anyway, enough of them superstars. We'll talk about our level, Sunday League level. So let's talk to the league in question, the SFL league.
Of course, the only league that there is worth talking about.
Yeah, well, there's a couple. We'll talk about a couple.
Yeah, that's the only league worth talking about. Come on, let's go.
Shout out to the other leagues as well, respectively.
Yeah, shout out, but we're not going to talk about you.
Apple's already on smoke, man. As is.
Listen, I mean no harm.
Yeah, right. But yeah, week one happens. So first week of the new season. Obviously, there's quite a few new teams that we've spoken about before. So I'm going to read out the results. So the first one I actually was in attendance of, AFC Hampstead Town. Oh, by the way, before anyone moans or anything like that, I'm going to say spoiler alert. So me and Apple are going to go through them, and this video probably will come out before you see the footage. So spoiler alert, if you don't want to watch right now, go away and then come back afterwards, all right? Just saying. All right. So yeah, AFC Hampstead Town won 3-1. Good game, great game. You'll be seeing the footage out on my channel, so make sure you stay tuned for that. A lot of stuff happened in that game. AFC Kumasi Strikers won 3-1 against DUA. DUA, a new team on the block, but they got spun. Highgate Albion won 5-1 against Hacks United. Look at that, big shake his head of Apple there because he knew that was going to happen. And then last but no means least, Panda, another new team, FC, lost 2-0 to the Dons. So, hearing all that, Apps, any surprises there? Any
no surprise results. The only shock I would say is that the Dons didn't put 6 or 7 past Pandas. Personally, that's just my opinion. Other than that, no shocks. Winners doing what winners do, especially Highgate Albion, turning up, slapping someone 5-1. If I'm going to say if I'm really, really reaching for a shock in that game, it's that they conceded a goal. But that's about it, really.
Yeah, say that. Because again, we all know how strong Highgate Albion are, obviously coming into the league, but in the Barnet League, they were quite dominant, to say the least. AC Hampstead Town, they did their thing as well. Very good team as well. SC Dons. Yeah, that fixture there, 2-0. I'm sure Panda FC recruited as of last season. Well, from this season, sorry, because last season, the results wasn't too much in their favour. But yeah, looking strong overall. Some of the teams haven't played as of yet. So Hatcham haven't played yet. Grand Athletic haven't played yet. Under the Radar haven't played yet. Obviously, last year's champions. So we'll see what happens for next week as well. But let's move on to the next one in question. So the next league that we want to talk about is, let's call it the Baiteze League, respectfully. There's other teams in there, but we watch it because...
But are there really?
There is teams in there, but we call it the Baiteze League. In fact, before we get into their league, should we say, they played a friendly, which obviously got released a week later. So the game in question, Baiteze versus Under the Radar, 2 big YouTube teams representing East and South London. Now, the moment we're going to talk about in question, you must have seen it by now.
I have to say, guys, I don't get onto referees often, but this is an officiating howler. He's giving Bruno a simping at the moment. Now, guys, look at the next clip.
Do you give him a red?
Ref, you told him walk off the pitch. You told him walk off. He's walked off the pitch.
Then he saw it, walks off. This is a fucking joke.
Yeah, but he's not saying it. He hasn't addressed you. He has not addressed you. He has not addressed you. This guy's a pussy, bro. Is this how this man want to win? What happened?
I just told him to hurry up and play the game because we're waiting in the sun.
I'm more than happy to not let him come back on, but the other player to come on if they have another sub.
Yeah,
that's why I'm getting you involved. Because if you don't want to do it, then we won't do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's obviously not going to let our player come back on. The ref's happy to. I said, I don't want my boys playing with 10 men in the seat. It's dangerous. Ref, I just need you to make a decision because we can't play with 10 men like this in this heat. I'm sorry.
If they're saying no, then it's going to be 10, unfortunately.
Really? Even though you're happy with it?
Referee has admitted that he may have made a mistake in sending Bruno off. Ref is happy for Bruno or another player to come back on, but our sportsmanship has asked UTR to okay it. UTR do not want to okay it, even though it's 26 degrees today and 10 men in this heat is dangerous. Everyone okay with that situation? We've compromised and said Bruno won't come back on, but another player will, and they will not take that either.
I know you've seen it as well, Apps. It's like
Yeah.
this decision, this red card decision, down to 10 men. Referee then question whether they can replace the man that got sent off with another man because it's only a friendly, baking hot weather, all of that.
But was it though?
This is the thing, because I put it out. I put it out on Twitter refs, you know.
Was it though?
This is the thing, and people was like, "Hold on a minute, using temperature as a get out jail clause, friendly, yes maybe, but at the same time, people know the rules. We're all grown people out here, whether it's friendly or not. Like I can see where Mar from Under the Radar is coming from. Like we're all grown people now. We know if you get sent off for whatever reason, dissent, speaking back to the referee, bad tackle.
That's it. If you're off,
you're off, right? So. I don't know if you want to add to that at all, but yeah.
I'm going to try to deconstruct this whole incident respectfully because I don't need any retrospective action. So
you still want to be allowed over in London, you know what I'm saying? And stuff.
So the whole incident was a bit of a shambles, and that's putting it very, very politely. Listen, I've got time for Billy. He's a very good guy, knows his stuff. I have to call BS on
Tom. It's Tom.
Huh?
It's Tom, the Eastern manager now, not Billy.
Listen, Billy was talking, innit?
Of course, yeah. Sorry,
Billy was talking. I'm not trying to steal Tom's thunder. I'm just saying Billy was talking. I have to call BS on what Billy was saying. It's 26 degrees. It's too hot, bro. 26 degrees is standard. Like that's normal. If it was 30 degrees, I'd definitely agree with him. That's too hot to be, sort of forcing the issue. But even so, when a referee makes a decision, whether he's right or wrong, he has to stand on it. End of story. He has to stand on it. And I think there was a real lack of character in that moment from everyone involved, if I'm honest. When these things happen in games, it's horrible that it happens. It's horrible when forces outside of the player's control take control of the game and ruin the game. And I think that's ended up the case in this match, is that forces outside of the players, outside of the clubs, stepped in and completely ruined what should have been a very good fixture. Look, whether it was or wasn't a red card is kind of irrelevant because the whole scenario got turned into a laughing stock, really ended up turning into a joke because now they're talking about bartering between, sending on replacement players and all these kinds of things. No, a red card is a red card. It doesn't matter whether you agree with it. It doesn't matter whether the referee acknowledges that he's made a mistake, but he now has to own that mistake, finish the fixture, and then go and hold his hands up and go, listen, I completely apologize, blah, 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 blah. Now, I would imagine the head of referees wouldn't be too happy having seen that. That show, that clown show of what was going on, So it gets to a point where we have to say, when is enough. And I'll be honest, it's going to carry on happening until coaches and managers come together and take back control of the game that belongs to them. There's this arrogant belief that the game of football wouldn't exist without referees. The last time I checked, we were growing up in parks playing full-size matches with no referees. And it was, the game was run on respect. So I don't know where this notion has come from, but like I said, I think we're going to keep seeing these kinds of things throughout the year, and it's going to get worse and worse and worse. I think we've seen one incident even with my own semi-pro side where a penalty was given against us for a foul on my own player in our box,
That's crazy.
which is just insane. You couldn't make it up. No apology, nothing, nothing at all. So we're going to keep seeing these kinds of things until coaches and managers come together and go, right, you know what, we don't want referees. We'll just play the fixtures ourselves. And I think eventually that's what it's going to turn to.
To add to that as well, in the video, they Baiteze referenced the game that they played against SC Dons when something similar happened. And what they both did is that they just did what they tried to do in this game. They basically tried to swap out the players that got sent off. Would you have done that if that was the case?
In a friendly? Depending on what he's getting sent off for, I would make the point, and maybe even have that conversation with the referee before the game. Listen, if things get a bit too nasty, just let us know. We'll take players off. We want a competitive game of football. So I'd say a little bit of pre-communication would be necessary, just to sort of set the bar of what we expect and what you will and won't accept as a referee. I think that's all it ever takes, is just a little bit of communication. But unfortunately, a lot of people get put into these positions of power, don't actually have very good communication skills or people skills for that matter. So instead, what we end up with are negatively charged human beings on a pitch that are being belittled and are being taunted by ignorant, poor communicators. And it's very, very difficult to accept.
Yeah. See, I'm on the other side of the fence. I'm in terms of, I would have preferred the referee just to have a harsh stance on it, and that's it. Like, referee's not budging, and that's it. Like, you can call him what you want. Oh, it's hard, and all the rest of it. But you're off. I think in that instance, he tried to people please a little bit too much, but like saying, okay, I'll do it as long as they're happy. But then that's when you're allowing room for, not error, but room for like a bit of budget.
Negotiation. Yeah, there shouldn't be room for negotiation. Exactly, I would imagine, and this is just my opinion, I think he was aware that the game was being recorded. I think he's aware that it's Baiteze. I think he's aware of too much, as opposed to just focusing on doing his job. And unfortunately, the occasion was just too big for him. And if a friendly is too big an occasion, I would say the writing's on the wall.
Yeah, exactly that. And again, these referees need to look. People think that I put clips of referee decisions out there just to get onto them, but it's also a learning curve in terms of like all of these games now, especially these big teams, these big YouTube teams have massive followings. It's people are going to follow it as well. It's like when kids and amateur players see stuff that happens in the Premier League now, these YouTube teams have the same pulling power of some of these Premier League teams. Because again, in terms of
sometimes more.
Exactly that. So again, if they can see that, well, Baiteze on the radar, they did it in their game, then everyone thinks that they're going to try as well. I would have liked to see more of a harsh approach. Maybe it's like the West Indian in me in terms of like, yo, you're doing that, that's it. You're not, it's not moving any other way. That's it.
And we know how that goes, innit? Exactly. We know how that goes. Did you hear what I told you?
Yeah.
Do you want me to tell you again?
Exactly.
He who don't hear? Yeah, no, listen. I think, I in this rare occasion, I completely agree with you. I 100% back everything that you've just said there. That's where the power and control needs to step in and go, listen, even if I've made a mistake, I'm not going to admit it in this moment. I need to own what's happened, be firm with my stance. There's your red card. Off we go. You play with 10. And then after the game, I might need to be humble, come with my tail between my legs and go, listen, gentlemen, I am very, very sorry. In hindsight, I thought about the decision. It was a bad one from me, and I deeply, deeply apologize. I'll apologize to everyone if need be. And that's another thing. Why are people not? Why is everybody so against being humble and apologizing? Well, since when did apologizing not be cool? Mm-hmm. When did it stop being cool to say I'm sorry? Mm-hmm. Like I think that's a big issue here. Is that this ignorance and this stance of, well, I must know best, and then you're going to be wrong and strong. This is pathetic. That's not progressive. How do we move on as a culture? How do we move on as a movement? Football clubs and as individuals? How do we move on if we don't learn how to go, I'm sorry? Mm-hmm. That's it. It's puzzling to me. So yeah, look, I think the whole situation ended up getting turned into a joke, and unfortunately, it's things like that make people look at the culture and look at what's going on and go, yeah, this is banter, and it's not banter. It's serious for a lot of people. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly that. But yeah, moving on to Baiteze's first game of the season, they won. Again, spoiler alerts. Again, we're going to reveal what happened, so get over it. Baiteze won 4-1 against London All Stars. Brook Athletic won 4-0 against Total Football. And Critics drew 0-0 with Fly FC. Hatch Lane hasn't played as of yet, but I'm sure they will do by the time this video comes out. So I'm just going to go back to the two leagues. Again, you're sticking with your predictions for the SFL. Are you still sticking with your predictions? Yeah? So, believe me, I believe you said Highgate to win. Dons
to win. Highgate to win the Cups.
Cool. Okay. And you're not budging on that at all?
Nah.
Okay. Even with, in fact, Dons have now signed another Baiteze. He didn't even listen to what I said first.
I thought you were going to try and convince me again. I was like, nope, don't try to convince me.
Oh, listen, I might try to. Hold on. Baiteze, SC Dons signed another Baiteze player since we last spoke. So they signed one, now they signed another. I'm just thinking, is that somewhere that could maybe persuade you to win the league away from Highgate, or what?
I think Dons are going to win the league.
Oh, they're going to win the league? Oh, so you said Highgate for the cup? Okay.
Yeah, I think Highgate will win the Cups. I think Dons will definitely win the league.
Okay. All right, so what about Dons doing the double then?
Depends what kind of double we're talking. The SFL double?
Yeah.
Nah. I think Highgate will probably win the SFL Cup. I'm not sure what else. I think maybe the London Cup. I don't know. You see, Dons are quite unpredictable when it comes to cup competitions because it very much depends on who's there for them on the day. But leagues, I think it's Dons this year. I think it's Dons this year. End of. So my predictions are not changing. Okay.
And then what about Baiteze's league? Sorry, it's the Essex Corinthian League. I shouldn't say that because
the Baiteze League. I think you've rightly named it the Baiteze League, and I think this year Baiteze will right the wrongs of last year.
Well, it's about time because again, I know Baiteze. If you listen, I know you've been hanging on in that league just so you can win it, and then you're going to join SFL. Don't act like we don't know. Don't act like we don't know. You're waiting to win that league this year. And then you're going to get all the memes out and be like, yep, completed it, mate. Then we're going to join. I know what you're trying to do.
I think they go either way this year.
They have to.
Either way they go this year. That's it. It's time. So I think regardless, they go.
So you're saying for them to win their league, finally?
Yep, I think Baiteze will actually do it this year. And then they'll step onto pastures green.
Okay. And then I'm going to get a final prediction from you. You mentioned it just a second ago. London Cup.
All right, listen, do you know what? It's a tough one. Well, I'm just going to say Highgate Albion.
Again?
I am.
Hold on. Are you on the payroll?
Listen, just know that I'm cursed. I'm cursed, innit? So, Highgate Albion. There we go.
Highgate Albion to win the London Cup.
I'm going to give Highgate Albion my cursed opinion.
Listen, if they win it, though, we might start
then maybe I've broken the curse.
Okay, also, what about the Nationals? Who's going to win that?
Oh, no idea. I'm not even going to try and pretend that I would know or even have an idea. No. All right.
You're not going to say Highgate as well?
Nah.
Not Dons? Not Baiteze?
Nah.
Not, who else is in there? Under the radar?
Nah.
Some team up north?
Nah. Let me see how the first round goes.
Okay.
Let me see how the first round goes, and I'll get a better idea.
Okay. Well, for what it's worth, for me, I'm gonna say London Cup wise, I'm gonna put my neck on the line and put SC Dons to win it. Yeah.
Right.
I haven't got Apple curse.
That's low. That's very low. Even for you, that's very, very low.
I haven't got Apple curse, but yeah, I'm just gonna put my neck on the line. Yeah, SC Dons win it. And clip this up. Strapsy, if you're watching, clip this up. And when you win it, I want to be inserted in the video. I backed you from even before the first game was kicked. Apple didn't back you, even though he was.
Is that what we're doing? Whoa!
Even though he's done Apple 1 week. Now he's
that's crazy.
I get Apple.
Is it? Hey, this is crazy. What am I seeing right now? What am I witnessing? Scum snakery. Oh my God, this is crazy.
Man. Come on.
Who needs enemies with friends like this, huh?
But yeah, anyway, guys, thank you for listening and watching as always. Also, I want to hear your comments in the comment section below regarding the Baiteze incident. Let me know your thoughts anyway. What should have happened? Because we've already given our thoughts anyway. But anyway, make sure you stay tuned and see you guys on the Peace and love.